What's up, guys? It is Sam, the Star Wars man, and I'm curious, what is you guys' biggest egg on your face, embarrassing moment in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? Whether that's a pack that you shouldn't have bought, or gambling on, new character fragments or anything like that, or just something stupid, maybe a team you fought in Grand Arena that you shouldn't have, something like that. For me, it's this, which is probably 2 hours of struggling and searching the internet on why I can't beat this team, and I'm just dying, and it's like slow. And typically the time runs out, or we get like within less than a minute, our last character dies, and I am like doing research. I'm watching YouTube videos, and I'm looking on Reddit, and I'm like, what is it with this Resistance team that is just bonkers? I'm like, they've got to be placing some kind of unkillable buff on themselves or block damage. I'm like slowing down the frames and looking at every single buff that they're placing. So I'm like, okay, it looks like this little lightning buff is coming up here. So then I'm trying like immunity, buff immunity teams. I'm trying like little tech things or little stim shots or whatever they're called, med packs, to try and boost my stats and my speed to go more often. And I'm like, what is happening here? Maybe it needs to be multi-hits. I'm looking at like bringing in champions who bring in like little ally attacks and stuff to try and multi-hit through the buff. And then I finally slow down and look at the buff, and I'm like, okay, it's inspired. It's not anything to do with like unkillable or anything. So I posted my guild Reddit, and legitimately within probably 10 seconds, someone was like, hey, it's a data disk. And I was like, no way. It's not a data disk. Why would there be a data disk that makes your enemies unkillable? That doesn't even make sense. But lo and behold, like I said, egg on my face, foot in my mouth, as they say, F-34T training droids. At the start of battle, all enemies are inflicted with tenacity down, blah, 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 blah. Enemies can't have their health reduced below 1% while the enemy leader is present, but they can be instantly defeated. So I'm not sure the purpose of this. My only thought, we're going to go ahead and unequip that just so that we don't forget and waste more energy, because I have beaten 0 conquest battles today. My only possible thought is for feats. So the silver lining of what we just did was we completed the journey quest to inflict target lock a ton of times, right? And so we did that using my Bad Batch squad that we just witnessed right there, placing target lock, and we were able to get a lightspeed token for IG-88. Again, as you guys know, I do have my little handy dandy all lightspeed token Google sheet, which I can put in the description. And for IG-88, attempt to inflict target lock 100 times. So this wouldn't be the number one most suggested way to do this, but it is very interesting because you can easily do this in 2 battles. I think that's why I did it in. Maybe you can do it in 1 if you're fast enough, because it's really about the timer at the end of the day. But yeah, that was very interesting, because I think if it's buffs and debuffs, having your enemy effectively becoming unkillable would be a good way to do that. But that's such like a niche thing that can't be the purpose of it. That's what I'm curious about, is what is the purpose of this? So then I'm like, it's got to be some kind of event feats, right? Like inflict evasion down. If I find someone who's got evasion down on their A1, I might re-equip that data disk and just run evasion down or accuracy up. Like that seems like a profit with pirates, right? Like that seems like a great way to do it. Instead of trying to do, A1 with Chewbacca 45 times or whatever over 20 different fights, doing it all in one fight hypothetically is a very interesting alternative. So I think that's probably the purpose. Correct me if I'm wrong, which should be good, because I'm going to be able to clear all of Conquest, but I want to make sure I'm getting the last chest, which we still have a good ways to go, but I have enough time that I'm not super worried about it. We have 5 days and 16 hours. So I think that I should be good. I'm happy to use a few little crystal refreshes. And now that I won't just be straight up losing my fights going forward, I think that should help me. But I am curious, because obviously I'm new to the game, and I've been doing my best to like document everything, right? So that's good stuff. Clearly that's bad stuff. What I've learned, advice that I've gotten, stuff like that. But I thought that this would be a fun little laugh. I'm happy to laugh at myself. You guys can feel free to laugh at me alongside me, and that won't make me feel bad at all. But I am curious. I'd love to hear some funny stories to make me feel a little bit better about myself. What are some of you guys' more embarrassing moments inside Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? Anyways, thanks for hanging out. Thank you for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see y'all on the next one.